Well, obviously on behalf of the Golf Management Program staff and the university, we want to welcome you all tonight to our awards presentation via Zoom. And Alan, you noticed that Mr. Hogg was coaching Neil on how to use Zoom there with unmuting. So that's a special event tonight already. But I do want to just mention that obviously the awards that our award winners received are compliments of prized possessions, and Mr. Jim Lynch, the owner of that company, he's been gracious to sponsor these awards since we started this 3 years ago. He's going to try and join us tonight, but his company had their board meeting scheduled for tonight. So at some point, hopefully we'll get Mr. Lynch to join us as well. And the fun thing is he has a daughter that's in our program. And so he's been a great supporter of the university and the different things that we're doing with these awards. So if you are at a facility and have a chance to support him and his company, that would be awesome. Obviously, we have on the call with us tonight the staff from the PGM department, Coach Conley, Coach Inchauskas. I saw Connor, our recruiter. Brock White is out there. I haven't seen Alex yet. I know he was fighting traffic trying to get on. There was a bad accident on Ramsey Street tonight. My 2-minute commute took 30 minutes, so it was quite interesting. Not used to traffic like that in Fayetteville. And then we also have some university representatives that we want to recognize tonight that have joined us from the development office and alumni relations. We have Kirby Dockery and Greg Swanson. So thanks to you two for joining us this evening. And then from the Reeves School of Business, we have Dr. Mary Kirchner, who's the head of the Reeves School of Business. And then we also have Dr. Chan, who's with us, who is now the dean of, let's see, business. What is it, Dr. Chan? It's too long of a title. I can't even remember it.
Well, you mean the college name?
Yes, our college name.
Business, Technology, and Professional Studies.
There you go.
An honor to be here.
So we welcome Dr. Chan with us as well. So again, thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. And so we'll go ahead and get started with the awards. So our first award tonight is the Distinguished PGM Graduate Golf Professional, which obviously is one of our graduates who is now a Class A member of the PGA, has outstanding career achievements in the golf industry, has developed the image, reputation, and ability to inspire and mentor fellow golf professionals, and has been recognized by the chapter section or at the national level multiple times. And so presenting our award winner tonight will be Mr. Adam Kushner from the class of '06. Adam.
Thank you, Mr. Bruns. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. It's my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Methodist University's Distinguished PGM Golf Professional. James Ondo was one of the first people that I met at Methodist when I got on campus 20 years ago. We definitely spent the most time together of anybody else there. And over those 20 years, we've played countless rounds of golf together, bounced ideas off of each other about work and life in general. I think James has the rare combination of being an excellent player, businessman, teacher, and mentor. Few in our business have successfully meshed all of those aspects in the golf business the way that James has. For me personally, my friendship with James has challenged me in all aspects of life. James is one of the most self-disciplined people that I've ever met in my life, and his personal character is second to none. James, congratulations on being the recipient of the 2021 Distinguished PGM Golf Professional Award. I cannot think of anyone more deserving.
Congratulations, James. We'll turn it over to you. On the screen, you say you're Brian Baldwin, so I'll let you explain that to the group.
Yeah, I appreciate that. For whatever reason, I'm not able to change my name, but that's my general manager's name, so I'm going incognito anyway. Mr. Bruns, would you like for me to say a few words, or?
Yes, if you would, please.
Sure. First off, thank you very much for the wonderful recognition. Thank you, Adam and Mr. Bruns, for the kind words. Adam, I'm not sure there are, two alumni that have played the loop down back as many times as you and I, and, it just brings back great memories just thinking of that. So thank you very much for introducing me here today. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. I'm humbled to be associated with all of you. You're so accomplished, and we have so many accomplished alumni with us, and especially with my good friend, classmate, and former college teammate, Eric Dugas. Eric, congratulations on your award. And again, congratulations to all the other award winners. I'd just like to thank Methodist University PGM faculty for all of their energy and efforts that you put into every student that has come through the program. You have treated all of us like family from the moment we drove onto campus as freshmen, and it shows. It's truly amazing to see the talent that has come out of our little campus in Fayetteville, North Carolina over the years. And our industry is forever changed for the better because of Methodist University. This sustained success is directly attributed to the wonderful staff and Mr. Hogg's steadfast leadership. Mr. Hogg, I will be forever grateful for all of your love and guidance, and I'm sure I speak for every current and former Methodist student when I say those words. Thank you so much for being the leader that you are. It's been quite the journey for me since I arrived as a freshman at Methodist in the fall of '01. And I'm so thankful for all the friendships I made while at Methodist. Some of those individuals that I met at Cumberland Hall and on the range down back continue to be my best friends to this day. I've had the opportunity to work with many fine alumni and current interns from Methodist who continue to elevate the standards of our program. And all of you have enriched, my life and my career in so many ways, and in more ways than you know, and I'm very appreciative of our friendships. I would just like to also thank all the clubs that support our program by hiring Methodist interns and assistant golf professionals. I've been very fortunate to work at great places like Appomattox and Wingfoot, where the membership, the board, and the general managers understand the value of quality professionals from Methodist University. Lastly, I would just like to thank my parents for the opportunity to receive my education at Methodist University. I'm sure it wasn't easy for their youngest son to move 600 miles away without knowing anyone, but I also know what they had to sacrifice for me to be able to afford the tuition at Methodist. So thank you, Mom and Dad. And fellow alumni, just thank you again for this wonderful recognition. It's quite the honor. But more importantly, thank you for pushing me to be better and for the lifelong friendships and amazing bond that we have created. So thank you all, and congrats to all the award winners.
Wow.
Thanks, James.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. And we all look forward, obviously, to hopefully our next gathering when we can get together down in Orlando, or if we get the chance to invite all of you to come back to Fayetteville and play the renovated down back. So some of you probably won't even recognize the golf course in its current state, but it'd be a lot of fun to get as many of you back to campus at some point here in the near future.
I can't wait. Eric's got to give me 4 shots though, 2 aside.
Absolutely. So our next award is the Distinguished PGM Graduate in Business. So they've created an outstanding career outside of the business of golf. So they've developed an image, reputation, and the ability to inspire and mentor others in the business community and their surrounding area. And tonight, introducing our winner of this award is Mr. Jimmy Hanlon from the class of '93.
Hi, everybody. This could go a lot of different directions right here, I could tell you.
Ready to miss it?
I'm really excited. Jimmy Nickerson called me a couple weeks ago and asked me if I could introduce him as the award winner, just the Distinguished Graduate in Business. And I couldn't be more excited.
College.
The thing about Jimmy, well, the first thing I will tell you about Jimmy is that the luckiest thing that ever happened in his life is that he was 6'4" and redhead, because as soon as he got on campus, he stole my ID. And he was able to get into every bar in Fayetteville for all 4 years at Methodist. But just so you know, that's so we didn't drink on campus. We were following the rules. That was the reason he did that. So, but I'll start out just talking a little bit about Jimmy, and then we'll talk about a lot of his accomplishments. I think one of the main things about Jimmy, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, he's probably one of the most popular PGM students in the history of the program. I could go 18 months without talking to Jimmy, or I could go 2 days and the conversation is exactly the same first time I talked to him. It's like we just talked 10 minutes ago. And I think he has that relationship with a lot of you that went to college with him. And a lot of us during that time frame were there, and even people that are on staff and people that are around him for a long time. Jimmy's a great player, played on 3 national championship teams. He's a 2-time All-American, graduated from Methodist, went into the golf business, became a very good club professional player at that time. He won the Maine Open a few times, and many qualifiers, many different awards from a standpoint of a player. But I would say one of the most difficult things that Jimmy did, and I think if you know Jimmy Nickerson, you know he loves golf, right? To this day, you pick the phone up, you talk to him, and he talks about golf. He loves golf, right? So one of the most difficult things he decided to do was to walk away from the game that he loved, and everybody knows that he does. And part of it obviously was because I think he figured out that he wasn't going to be able to play Phil and Tiger weekly on Sundays. And I'm not sure that he felt like he was in the mold to sit there and give golf lessons on a range and work in a clubhouse. So he was fortunate enough to meet his lovely wife, Heidi. They both had backgrounds in the horse business. And I think that's where it all just kind of stemmed and blew up from there. They started out, Jimmy even had a few horses when he was a golf professional. He started to grow. But again, if you know Jimmy, it didn't matter whether he got into horse racing, tiddlywinks, selling cars, or whatever, he was going to be successful. And he's been able to do that. He's won over $15 million in horse racing, 2-time trainer of the year at Saratoga. He's at the top of his profession, just like he was at Methodist, just like he was when he was a playing golf professional, and just like he is in the horse business right now. I'm sure a lot of you know, there was a little bump in the road in August 2019. Jimmy was in a car wreck that was extremely scary, broke a lot of bones, punctured lungs, was actually on a ventilator for 11 days. And reality is we didn't know if we were gonna be able to keep him or not. It was a struggle for a little bit. But as you guys would probably guess, just like everything else in life, he overcame it. He's fully, back to recovered. I think I'd rather get him on the golf course now than maybe 10 years ago. Might have a little better chance. But from a standpoint of exactly what you think Jimmy Nickerson would do, he did and overcame. And on top of that, he has a beautiful daughter that he's extremely proud of. If you're friends with him on Facebook, you're always seeing posted pictures, those types of things. If you think that you're gonna, now that you've seen Jimmy and you could reconnect with him, you think that he's gonna give you some horse tip. I've been with him for 20 years and I got one in 20 years. So good luck with that, because that's probably not gonna happen. But besides that, I am very proud. He's a great friend of mine, has been since we were at Methodist. I know that's the same. A lot of you people can say that, and I'm very proud to introduce Jimmy for this award.
Thanks, Jimmy. Well, and just as a quick note before I turn it over to Mr. Nickerson, we all know that the golf industry is an extremely small industry, and it was back in my days of coaching at Central College when I first met Coach Conley, and Mr. Nickerson was on one of those teams that thumped us at the national championship. So I had the pleasure of watching him play a number of very good rounds of golf back in his college days. So it's fun for me to see you again, Jimmy, and have you be the recipient of this award. But this time we'll turn it over to you for a few comments as well. Congratulations, Jimmy.
You're muted, Jimmy.
I guess I should have helped him a little more in
You
college.
see how you mute? and-
Hey, dude, you're muted.
See that?
Nope.
You just have to move your mouse after and then come up on the screen. You see?
Yeah, you're unmuted. We might just need to turn your volume up a little.
It's usually just on the screen.
No,
Is that him?
no.
All right, we'll let you try again, Jimmy, in a little bit. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll go on to the next award, and we'll try and come back to Jimmy here in a little bit. So our next award is our Distinguished PGM Graduate in Golf Instruction. So obviously an outstanding career in achievement in the golf industry, developing the ability to mentor young people and others in their game. And tonight, the winner of that award, or introducing the winner of that award, will be Mr. Hogg.
Congratulations to all of you, but the winner of the instruction award is Alan Terrell. And at this point in time, I think all of y'all know that Alan's one of the best young teachers and talents in that game. He won the Carolinas PGA Teacher of the Year. He teaches in his stable of PGA Tour professionals, just happens to be Dustin Johnson, who's is considered the currently number one player in the world. His rankings he's won over 20 tournaments on the tour, including the 16 US Open. And Alan's relationship with Dustin goes all the way back when he discovered him when he was coaching at Coastal Carolina. And they've stayed very close and worked constantly. Alan probably spends a lot of time in the air flying to Jupiter, Florida when Dustin calls. He's been recognized as one of the top instructors in the nation. He's been awarded numerous awards in the past few years. Best in the state in 17, 18, 19, and 20 by Golf Digest. He's the director of the Dustin Johnson Golf School, which was just recently named one of the top golf academies in the southeastern part of the United States. As I said, he was honored by the Carolinas PGA just recently. During his career, before he got involved with just teaching, he was a collegiate golf coach at Coastal Carolina, where he was the conference coach of the year 11 times. He was the NCAA National Coach of the Year finalist. And for 20 plus years, he's worked on developing golfers at all different levels. And he's coached more than 20 NCAA All-Americans, 50 players on the different development tours, 20 conference players of the year, and it's worked really with over 300 collegiate golfers. So if you were to just say some of his accreditations, he's one of the top 30 instructors in the world to achieve TrackMan master status, worldwide swing analyst ambassador, aim point instructor, Lynn Blake instructor, all the TPI certifications you can get. It's like he's like an Army general with TPI when it comes to that. And he's done so many great things by working with not only PGA Tour players, European Tour players, LPGA Tour players. And as I said, he's a master at all the different certifications. He has been very gracious in helping Coach Conley with some of his players at times. He started his coaching career when he left Methodist at Duke University. And he is an excellent recipient of the Teacher Award from our PGM program. Congratulations, Alan.
Thank you, Mr. Hogg. Congratulations, Alan. And a few words from you, if you would, please.
Yeah, thank you. It's kind of humbling to be on the same Zoom with Mr. Randy and Jimmy, Nick, and all the very much regarded alum here tonight. But I wouldn't be here without Methodist. So try to sing that song every day. Who knows what I'd be doing. Went to Methodist, had no idea what I wanted to do, probably still figuring that out. But I'm going to probably stick with this teaching thing. But, Ron, Jerry, Coach Conley, I can't say enough about you guys and taking the time to guide me in the right direction and taking the time to help me find my passion. And I think Methodist, when you go there in the PGM, you don't really know what avenue you want to take. look at Randy, he's the most qualified person probably in the US when it comes to club building and I took the path of teaching, and again, I wouldn't be here without my time at Methodist. So, when you win these awards, I think you take more of the time to say thank you to the people that got you here more than sitting here getting behind a podium and saying how great you are, because you realize you wouldn't be here without the folks at Methodist. So thank you so much. It's an honor to win this award. I know there's so many great instructors that came through Methodist, and very honored to be one of those in recognition. So thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Congratulations. So our next award is the Distinguished PGM Graduate in the Golf Industry. So someone who has distinguished themselves other than obviously the traditional routes of instruction and a green grass golf professional. And to introduce our award winner tonight, we were hoping that Drew Pearson was going to be able to join us. I don't know, Drew was going to try and join us, but if not, then Mr. Hogg was going to be introducing our next award winner. So Mr. Hogg.
Randy, congratulations. I would tell you that the comments I initially make were directly from Drew. I will read them to you now. He says, it's with sincere appreciation that I'd like to thank the Alumni Committee for presenting the 2021 Distinguished PGM Graduate Award in the golf industry to Randy Doucette. During his early years at Methodist, Randy became interested in club fitting and its importance in teaching and playing the game of golf. At that time, Jerry Hogg, the director of the program, invited PGA professionals to give seminars on teaching. At one of these presentations, I met Randy, and this resulted in a friendship that has lasted over 20 years. Following graduation, Randy accepted the position of the equipment technician at the Nick Faldo Golf Institute in Orlando, Florida. For the next 20 and a half years, he was an integral part of the Faldo program. Needless to say, Randy had the opportunity, and I'm adding this, to go to Nick's wedding when he flew over to England. During this time, he also appeared on several Golf Channel programs. Randy has developed a great rapport with the golf shaft, the golf grip, the club repair equipment companies, which he views as his partners in business. A key to Randy's success has been his caring attitude toward each person who sought his help. Today, you will find Randy back in his home state of Maine, where he's busier than ever. Congratulations, Randy, an ambassador of the game. You have served in the most fundamental way, getting down to the basics. Drew Pearson, PGA Master Professional. I would have to say that besides Drew Pearson, Ron Lavoie had as much influence on your career as anybody when he started tinkering around in the maintenance building with clubs today. And Randy took a passion to that. He never lost sight of it. As Alan said so well, he became one of the top club fitters in America. What's interesting to note, I had a phone call today from a friend of Randy's, Clint Van Lanningham. And he says, it's great that Randy won the award. And I sent him a little note, but I asked him, he said in the note, Randall, can you tell me somebody I can take my 13-year-old son to in Chicago to get him fit for equipment? And he says, I'm still waiting for his reply. So he says, please tonight tell Randy to respond to me because I want to get my son fit for equipment and I can't come to Maine and I'm not going to Florida. So Randy, you've done a great job representing the university. Ron Lavoie and Drew Pearson influenced your career as much as anyone. They should be given credit for it, but you took that passion and you moved on to the next level. And again, congratulations to you as the winner of this award.
Congratulations, Randy. And before we give you a chance to make a few comments, I do want to let you know that you also created a new award and a new record for these award ceremonies. As I think, and Mr. Ogg, you'll have to help me, it was either 13 or 17 of your compatriots combined to nominate you for this award. So that's definitely the largest field of support for any one nominee since we've started this program. So Randy, congratulations on winning this award for distinguished alum in the golf industry, and we'll turn it over to you for a few comments.
Wow. So I'm speechless. It's, it's humbling to hear all of these things and the wonderful things that Mr. Pearson has said, Mr. Hogg has said. Alan, congratulations to you. I know we had some fun at school, maybe a little bit too much fun, but those are the best memories.
Such a thing, buddy.
Ron, between Ron and Daryl, but and we just one person, Daryl Bach. When I first showed up at school, and Mom puts this yellow ruffly feather bedspread on my bed in the dorm room, and Daryl comes walking in and says, "What on earth is this?" I said, "Well, look, Daryl," I said, "you're too late." I said, "I just had a run-in the past couple of days with Burley Travis Hood, and he's already told me I got to get rid of that." So I've also got to thank Travis Hood for all he did in the 2 days that I was able to live with him on campus before I asked Mr. Hogg to move me out, because I didn't think that was going to work too well. So Travis is now, Burley, I guess he's up in Kentucky searching for Native American arrowheads in the streams and rivers and raising hogs in the middle of Kentucky. How about that one? So there are so many people to thank. There are so many fond memories at school. The Monarch Cup, the hole-in-one on the 9th hole of the Monarch Cup, my junior year. Jared Fryer, Mike Adamson, Michael Leet, my roommates at school. I tell you, without those guys kind of rustling me up when I just might have fallen off of the path, and they kind of corralled me back and said, "Hey, look there, pal, you probably don't want to do that." I still drank beer out of the Monarch Cup at the Outback Steakhouse, but that's a different night and topic. So, Mr. Hogg, when I was there, we took a couple of classes in club repair and club fitting, and I was like, this is really interesting. And after my first experience with Mr. Pearson, I was like, this might be something that I might like to do. So Mr. Hogg, the one thing about him was his door was always open. And that's very rare nowadays to find that. Do you have a meeting? What's your name? Who is it? There was none of that BS with Mr. Hogg. You walked up to the door, you said, "Mr. Hogg, I got something to talk about." He said, "Come on in." So I said, "Man, I really like this club fitting and repair stuff." I went down to see Mr. Pearson. I got my clubs fit. it's part of our curriculum in the program. And I was like, geez, this might be something I really like to do. He said, well, we got some old repair equipment and that's sitting in the closet over there. You're more than welcome to it if you want. So I went in there, kind of rummaged around and found some equipment. And Mr. Hogg, you're going to have to forgive me for forgetting our maintenance guy's name at the time down in the maintenance building. But man, oh man, if that guy didn't help me out, I didn't know who did. But I ended up in this little 4x4 room in the back of his maintenance building. He said, hey, look, I'll build you a little workshop right back here. So without him and the experience that I had there and finding something that I love to do, and I say that in all sincerity, not just a job, not just I'm going here every day to collect a paycheck. No, I'm going into work every single day, and I don't even call it work because I love what I do. I love to fit clubs. I love to build clubs. I love to sit in the shop and listen to loud, heavy metal music that drives others crazy and put clubs together because I love to do it. And that's another thing that's very rare. But Ron, Darrell Bach, Mr. Hogg, they instilled that in me and said, hey, look, if this is something that you really want to do, you pursue it. And even Mr. Hogg went to Dr. Hendricks at the time and said, hey, we got a guy here that, heck, he may not even need to go to class during the, he goes, no, you hold on. Mr. Doucette's going to have to go to class. He can spend the rest of his time in the back of that maintenance building on his own time, but he's still going to have to go to class. So, I tell you, that experience in working with the PGM students and Coach Conley allowing me as a club fitter to spend some time with his team on a personal level, traveling to a couple of events here and there and working on clubs with his team members. I mean, I can't substitute that experience for anything else that I've had in my career. And believe me, I mean, I've been lucky enough in the game of golf to meet some cool people and have some great experiences and go to some cool places and Nick Faldo's wedding. And by the way, this was never said, but at Nick Faldo's wedding, we ended up on the top of one of those red buses in downtown London, where I proceed to lose the keys to our rental car. Well, let me tell you, that was a long walk from London to Windsor, back to our little cubby hole at the top of the pub where we were staying at down the road. Those type of experiences would never have happened, never, if it wasn't for Methodist University, the PGM program, and the opportunities that Darrell, Jerry, Ron gave me to pursue my passion in the game of golf. Would have never happened. None of these things. So I can't thank them enough. I cannot thank Dr. Hambrick enough a few weeks ago for the phone call that he gave me that, to be honest with you, I kind of almost blew off like, what's this Methodist University? What are these awards? What is he talking about? But I said, hey, wait a minute, hold on. And it took a couple of minutes for me to think about it, to say, hey, hold on. You get back to him right away, because if it wasn't for the program and what's happened in the program, I wouldn't be where I am today. So, Zach, thank you so much for making that phone call and that text message and the stop by Lakewood National a month ago, and the discussions that we had about the game of golf, instruction, all the things that we spoke about that night, and the opportunity to receive an award like this and to finally have an opportunity after 21 years. And I may have put things off and blamed being busy because of it, but no intention to hurt anybody whatsoever. but to give me the opportunity to say thank you to those people that I should have been thanking for the last 21 years and I didn't. So my apologies for not doing this sooner, but this opportunity presented itself and I thought it was a perfect time to do that. I can't thank you enough. I think about you guys every day. I think about all of the classmates that helped me to get to where I am every day. Thank you for the opportunity. Jerry, Dr. Bruns, Alan, all you guys, I can't thank you enough. This is awesome. It really is awesome. Here it is. You know, Nick Faldo said, Jesus, that looks just like my claret jug. I said, well, Nick, I said, it feels like it. It feels like your claret jug, you know, it really does. It feels just like the claret jug. Here it is.
Thanks, Randy. I'm glad it made it there in one piece, so that's good.
It did. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Randy.
Alan, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm still trying to get used to those 7.0 rifle shafts you fitted me in back in my sophomore year, but I'm going to get them in the air soon.
Yeah. Hey, keep working at it. It takes time, you know.
Yeah, I know. I've realized. Thank you.
All right, Jimmy, Mr. Nickerson, were you able to get your sound to work on your phone?
Mr. Bruns, are you the host? You can unmute him. I don't know who the host is. I've been trying to get behind and do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Jimmy, you may, if you touch your screen, is there at the bottom a microphone? I know it's weird on that S10 Plus.
Yeah, I'm trying, Brock, but I can't get to him right now either for some reason.
Wow.
Okay.
We'll keep trying. All right, while we're trying, we'll go ahead and we'll go to our last award of the evening. So our last award is the Distinguished PGM Graduate Player. So obviously someone who has an outstanding career, not only in college, but post-college in terms of their ability to play either in amateur or professional events. And to recognize our award winner tonight, I turn it back over to Mr. Hogg.
Congratulations, Eric. I appreciate you asking me. I need to document everything before the play. I can recall Eric coming in my office and saying, I want to go to Hawaii, Mr. Hogg. And I want to go to Hawaii because I like surfing. It didn't have anything to do with golf, but the goal was to get Eric to Hawaii. He still surfs, and but as a player, it's his accomplishments next to Chad Collins might be the best of anybody that's ever been in that program. He works since 2015, he worked at Makina Golf and Beach Club in Maui, I believe. He won the Aloha PGA Section Championship in 17, 18, 19, and 20. He played in the PGA Tour Sony Open in 18, 19, 20, and 21. In the 19, he made the cut. He played in the PGA Tour Bermuda Championship in 2020, made the cut. And at that same tournament in 2020, they had a World Par 3 championship, which Eric won that as the champion of the Par 3. So prior to 2015, he was a full member of the PGA Tour Latino America. He qualified for the Mayakoba PGA Tour. He played in the 2008 PGA Championship. He tied for 6th in the 2008 PGA National Club Pro. And his senior year at Methodist, he was the conference player of the year at Methodist. He's back east from Hawaii for a brief stint, one, visiting his parents in Chatham, Massachusetts. And then he's going to Florida with several of the Methodist people to play in the Club Pro Championship. Then he's coming back to North Carolina for a brief stay. For Corey Snyder is playing in the Quail Hollow Championship. And then he hopes, if he plays well enough in the PGA Club Pro Championship, he'll be heading back to the PGA Championship in about 3 weeks. Eric has been a great player and a great representative of our university. He was a great collegiate player for Coach Conley. He has become a world-class player. And as you said, to Jimmy Hanlon said, you might have to get him to give you a few shots aside because he's an excellent player. Well-deserved, Eric. Congratulations on winning this award.
Thank you, Mr. Ogg.
Congratulations, Eric, and we'll go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Dugas for some comments.
Not much to say, but I just wanted to thank, like everyone else did, echo the thoughts that really, whether it was playing, I've been fortunate to be at some very, very beautiful places in the world, very beautiful clubs, and made some great friends along the way. It's all because of Methodist, so I'll just echo the thoughts of the group. They pushed me in a lot of ways, and playing was one of them. Fortunate to find a way to continue to play, as that's the reason why I got into the game of golf, obviously, was the actual game. We're able to continue on and stay attached to the game, but I'm fortunate that I get to continue playing. So I appreciate the recognition. Nice to see some familiar faces. Kush, I haven't seen your face for a number of years. Ondo, I'd rather not see yours as often as I do. But there's a lot of attachment to Methodist everywhere I go. I run into somebody who either knows someone who went to Methodist or someone who went to Methodist. So the branches of the university reach far into the golf world, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So thank you for having me, and I appreciate the recognition. And thank you to everybody else who is on this call.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
And I also want to give the staff a chance to say a few words if they would like to tonight. So Coach Conley, do you have any words you'd like to say this evening?
Where do I start? I tell you what, I've been doing this a long time, been super blessed to have players like James Ondo and Eric Dugas and Jimmy Nickerson, and to be able to teach kids like Randall Doucette. Man, it brings back a lot of memories. So proud of all of you guys for everything that you've accomplished, the kind of people that you are, and the stuff that you've, how you represent me, the golf teams, the PGM program, the university. It's just y'all make us look really good, and we appreciate everything that y'all do. I survived Jimmy Nickerson, so that's pretty much the bottom line. If I can get, kids say, hey man, there's some tough dudes on our team, I don't know how you handle that. I said, man, if I can survive Jim Nickerson, I can handle anybody. And all of us that know Jimmy Nickerson know that is so on point. So love you, Jimmy. I sure am glad that you made it through that accident and that you're back healthy and doing your thing. I just wish all of y'all continued success, and Alan, Terrell, so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished as well. I just, it's just amazing to see the success that y'all have had. So congratulations.
Thanks, Coach Conley. Coach Inchauskas, would you like to say anything tonight, this evening?
Just like to congratulate everyone. Your achievements are amazing. You've set the bar incredibly high for the rest of the students that we currently have and the people out there making their way. We appreciate you thinking of Methodist fondly and often, and we hope you continue to hire our graduates and come visit us. But congratulations, we're all very proud of you.
Thanks, Coach Chaskis. Brock.
Yeah, sure. I reiterate what Coach Conley said. Fortunate enough to know 3 of you guys. I worked for Mr. Ondo on the range my freshman year, so that was always fun. Have a great relationship with most of you guys, but appreciate all you guys do for our program, the reputation that you guys set forth for us to uphold as graduates coming out behind you. You guys have set the bar pretty high, and we have to keep maintaining that bar set up through the industry. So thank you for all you guys do and the support and help and everything you do for our students, our alumni, and even our future recruiting and students that are coming in. We appreciate everything you guys do.
Thanks, Brock. Our 2 younger, less senior members of our staff, Mr. Evers, Connor, our recruiter.
Hey, congratulations, everyone. Keep up the good work in the industry. It's nice to hear these stories. A lot of you I've never met in person, but it's always good to hear more stories. And it's nice to hear all this stuff and talk about that to families when they visit. And those are the big stories that make the program grow in the future. So congratulations, everyone. And I did send an email a few months ago back in October. We started a podcast. Probably some of you have been listening, the Down Backdrop. So be looking for an email going out to you guys soon to potentially get interviewed. So thanks again for everyone's support of the program, and congratulations, everyone.
Thanks, Connor. And last up, Mr. Alex Jones, our head golf professional.
Congratulations to each and every one of you. It's a testament to all of your hard work. And, you know, growing up as a kid for me, my parents always told me to never forget where you came from. And I think that's very important, not only for your hometown, but also for the communities that you find yourselves in growing up. And I think that's very special that all of you never really forgot where you came from at Methodist, where it all started and where your passions either began or continue to grow. And so congratulations to each and every one of you. And yeah, just pray for blessings for each and every one of you.
Thanks, Alex. And just on behalf of the entire staff, I wanted to take this opportunity, and we'll get back to Mr. Hogg here in a second, let him have some comments again as well. But I wanted to thank all those people who joined us tonight, both family and friends of all the award winners. And I wanted to thank the other alumni that are on the call, because some of you I know are the ones that nominated these people for these awards. And I would just keep encouraging all of you to continue nominating people each year. Obviously, we can only pick one in each category. And in some of these categories, we had multiple people who were very qualified and could have won this award. And so it's something that we look forward to doing each year. And for someone like myself that's only been with Methodist for half of the history of the PGM program, it's fun for me to learn what happened in the first half of the program. So Mr. Hogg and Coach Conley obviously have all 30+ years of history. I only have half of that, along with Coach Chaskis, and then we've got Connor and Brock and Alex who have the last third or so. So it's fun for us to put the pieces of the puzzle together, if you will, and continue to learn and just hear the many stories. We've heard different versions of them from Coach and from Mr. Hogg over the years. So at some point, we'll get everybody back together. We'll try and figure out which one is the real story. But again, thanks to all of you for being here tonight. Mr. Hogg, any final comments from you for the group?
Yes, I could say this, and that is I could write a book. And I'd have to use aliases all the way through it because all of y'all would be in jail. But every one of you enriched my life more than I ever thought about enriching yours. I came to Methodist a year after Coach, and I told my wife we'd be there 3 years. And 30-some years later, y'all really made me look good. And I can remember specific conversations with just about each one of you in my office, telling some of you you'd be a star, some of you that you were in trouble, some of you that had even lost gold chains along the way. And but it was y'all made the difference. And today you're still making the difference. Long after I'm gone, y'all will be changing the world, the game of golf. And as Eric said, I hope each one of y'all got in the game because you love to play the game. So start playing and really enjoy it. For all of y'all that are going to the Club Pro Championship, they play well. I think we have 13 people, Bob. Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what we think. There's 13 at least.
There's 13 graduates going down to the Club Pro. Eric told me that he's rooming with Bova, and he's going to spend some time with Corey Snyder. You better get your fishing rod out, Eric, if you're going to spend time with Snyder. But thank you guys so much. Y'all have been y'all are heroes in my world. So I will tell you, I've called a lot of you, and I want to thank y'all in advance for the gifts y'all are giving to our program. It's making a difference. And if I didn't get you, I'll get you on the second time of calling. Thanks a bunch.
You're the best, Mr. Hogg.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Mr. Hogg. And
Mr. Hogg, I love you. You're the best. I really do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
thanks, Randy. And I don't know, Greg, I also wanted to mention that obviously we had invited Dr. Worden to be able to join us tonight as president of the university, and he wasn't able to be with us tonight because of a prior engagement. But I don't know, Greg, if you wanted to make a few comments as the senior vice president on our call tonight.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate. Oh.
Uh-oh.
We lost him.
I was just bowled over by everything. Sorry about that. I lost my computer.
Don't scare me like that.
I was just going to tell you how impressed I was with this. I have not had occasion to participate down in Orlando or meet most of you before, but this has just been very encouraging and very heartening. And I know Jerry and Bob and Coach Connolly all have invested a great deal in you folks. And obviously it shows on a night like tonight. So the university is very proud of all of you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and look forward maybe to meeting all of you sometime in the near future. And thank you for all you do and for how you represent the university. It's much appreciated.
Thanks, Greg. And at this point, I know there's other people on the call with us that haven't had a chance to say anything. So if we have anyone else that would like to make any comments, just, I don't know if you want to raise your hand or let me know, and I'll try and call on people in some sort of random order that we can do this without everybody trying to talk over the top of each other. Tad, did you want to say a few words?
Just very quickly, I'm so impressed and so wonderful to hear the success stories of all the recipients of the awards. Congratulations again. And also, I feel that the students tells a lot about the teachers. So it just impressed me even more with what Jerry and Coach Connie and you, Bob, and the staff, what you guys have done for the program. So thank you and congratulations again.
Thanks, Tad. Go ahead, Zach.
Could somebody call Jim, like just call him on the phone and then hold the phone up? Would that work? Could somebody?
I was just going to say, if his mute button got stuck 25 years ago, a lot of us would have graduated a semester early.
And by the way, Coach Conley, I survived being his roommate. You think it was hard having him on your team? I survived being his roommate.
Yeah, we've tried to unmute you, Jimmy, but I think when your settings, when you came on, you didn't allow your microphone to work. So that's one of the settings. Unfortunately, we can't get you to unmute on our end. But yeah, if somebody does have his phone number and wants to call, we can definitely try not to echo that way. But he's using his phone for the Zoom, it looks like. So.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mr. Crick is on there, Bob.
Is he on?
Yeah, I think.
Mr. Crick, are you on with us? Yeah, he's on. I don't know if we can hear us. Mr. Crick, can you hear us?
Hey, I've got Jimmy on. Tell me if you guys can hear him.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. They can hear you.
Jimmy, well, first off, I had to torture Jim for being so nice and the kind words. I know that was hard for you to get out, and I'm sure it was hard for you to get away from Elvis for a few hours to come do this for us. I mean, I feel very honored to be included in the group with you guys. I mean, you guys are impressive. You know, the golf business just wasn't for me. You know, I wanted to be a player. I just couldn't you know, be the guy taking the tee times and giving golf lessons but I still needed that competitive edge, and I had another passion in life, and it just really worked out being able to kind of do something that still gave me that competitive edge and that fire to win and compete and we got really lucky, and we've had a lot of success, and I'm very fortunate my wife is into this as well, because this is a time-consuming occupation, and it's been great. You know, after I got my accident, kind of put a lot of things in perspective, and it made me reach out to all of you guys a lot more than I had over the last 20 years. My life is, all I can think of is Methodist College and how great everything was. And man, if we just go back there again, like that was the greatest 4 years of my life. Unfortunately, I had to live with Scott Ellender and Zach Hambrick. But if it wasn't honestly between, when I remember getting there and getting picked up, and my parents, of course, threw me on a plane. I'm a kid from Maine that never really left the state, and I fly to Fayetteville, and I remember there was somebody holding a sign, Jim Nickerson, and I got to my dorm room, and I walked into the concrete walls, and I didn't even know. My first roommate was a baseball player that talked on the phone for 15 hours a day. It was I didn't want to be there until I walked down over the hill and walked onto our practice facility / at the time was kind of a golf course, and Ron the boy was standing there, and instantly made it very comfortable for me to be there. And going through the 4 years, having Ron, Coach Conley, and Jerry Hogg, it was like having your parents there to a certain extent. And they really, everybody kind of looked after all of us. It was amazing. So I could be more happy, and I'm so proud to be a Methodist grad. Even though I'm not in the golf profession, I root for you guys, and I just can't thank any of you enough for what you've done for me. And well, congratulations to everybody. It's to be part of this group.
It's awesome. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, James.
Yeah, that was Jimmy squared there. It took 2 Jimmys to figure that out. That was good.
That was a lot in college, actually.